Jai Hind students, Preeti Agrawal ma'am is again among you with the topic tense. In my last class, you all had learned about simple present tense. Let's begin our today's class with the second form of present tense, that is present continuous tense, which is also called present progressive tense. You know what is present continuous tense? When we express the actions which are going on at the time of speaking. Student, there are some cases in which we can use this form, this present continuous tense. So this form is used to refer an action taking place at the time of speaking. For example, someone is knocking at the door. What does this sentence suggest? It suggests that the action is not yet finished. What is the action? Knocking. Knocking is not yet finished. Someone is knocking at the door. Means we are in the middle of the action. So it refers an action taking place at the time of speaking. Next one is when we refer to a situation that is more or less temporary. Temporary means which is not permanent. For example, she is looking for her spectacles. This is a temporary situation that she is looking for her spectacles. Another example can be all the trains are arriving late. This is another example of temporary situation. The trains are arriving late. No, this is not permanent. It's a temporary situation. Another point for an action that is planned for the near future. For example, I am going to see a movie today. This is my plan for the near future, that I am going to see a movie today. So, we can use our present continuous tense in these conditions. Okay. Now, let's have a glance on the chart of present continuous tense or present progressive tense. See students carefully. I have given in my last class about person, what is first person, what is second person, and what is third person. No, but here in present continuous tense, you can see that ing form has been used here. It means that with the verb, means we use here present participle, means with the verb ing. Okay, and you can see the helping verbs also is, am, are. I am writing, you are writing, he, she, or Anju is writing. So we can use is, am, are in affirmative, in negative, not, no, and in interrogative, the helping verbs will be written before the subject. So whatever subjects are there in all the subjects, you can use is, am, are according to the singular or plural number. Let's structure. Let's begin our structure. You will be knowing in detail. Affirmative. How will you form your affirmative sentence in present continuous tense? Subject, first of all. Subject means you know, doer of the action. Earlier also I have told you. Then your helping verbs. Helping verbs are is, am, are. Any one helping verb you will be using according to the subject. After that, first form of the verb, and with first form of the verb you will be adding ing, means present participle form. With the first form of the verb ing you will be using with all the subjects, with all the helping verbs. After that you can write your object or complement. See the examples. He is going to school. So I have used here is, The helping verb is. Why? Because our subject is singular. What is subject? That is he, that you know. Okay, it's very easy. According to the subject, you can use is or are. Whether it is singular, so you will be using is. If it is plural, you can use are. He is going to school. Is your helping verb. After that, the main verb, go. Along with the main verb, the first form of the verb, it is also called main verb. It is also called root verb. So, along with the first form of the verb, you have to add ing. That is, go plus ing means going. And after that, object or complement. So, he is going to school. In the same way, see the rest of the examples, they are going to school. They is your plural, that's why I have used here are, and you know it very well. I am going to school. With I only you can use the helping verb am. Okay, this is your structure of affirmative. Clear? The next one is your negative. In negative sentence, we add not. We will be writing the subject, then our helping verb. After that, not, then again with the first form of the verb ing, and at last our object or complement. Let's understand with the help of example. He is not going to school. He is your subject, is your helping verb, not, you have to add not because it's a negative, and then with the first form of the verb ing, go plus ing, going. Okay, in all types of sentences in present continuous tense, you will be using along with the first form of verb ing, and that's why this tense is somewhat easy in comparison to other tenses, because you don't have to give so much concentration. The students already know where to use is, where to use am, where to use are, and easily they can make this present continuous tense because they have to add ing. Okay, they are not going to school. I am not going to school. Clear? Now the next type of sentence is interrogative. First of all, you will be writing your helping verb. After that, your subject. Then again the same thing with the first form of verb ing and object or complement. See the example. Is he going to school? What is? Helping verb. No. And he is your subject. Then going is your, along with the first form of verb ing, present participle. Then your complement, to school. Okay, are you going to school? Am I going to school? So in this way you can make your interrogative sentence in your present continuous tense. Negative interrogative. Negative interrogative sentences are framed in this way. See the structure. First you will be writing your helping verb, then subject, then not, and after that the same thing with the first form of the verb ing, then your object or complement, whatever it is in your sentence. Now, let's see, it is also framed, it can also be made in another way by using the short form of the helping verb. It is called contracted form. Okay, isn't, and, aren't. Now after that you can write the subject. Now no need to write not, already you have written not. Then first form of the verb ing and object or complement. Have a look at examples. Is he not going to school? This is your negative interrogative. In the same way as you had made your interrogative, in the same way negative interrogatives are also framed, only it's as it is negative, so you will be adding not here after the subject. Before the subject, when you will be adding not, see the example. The next one example, isn't he going to school? Here you have written not before the subject because you have used here the short form of your helping verb, isn't. Okay, so in this case you have to use not before the subject, in which case when you are using the short form of helping verb, the contracted form of helping verb. Hope it is clear. No. Now students, after knowing this, let's know something more. There are some verbs which are normally not used in continuous tense. Normally not used. The verbs are used also, but there are some conditions. First, see the verbs which are normally not used. Verbs of senses are not used. After that, verbs of feelings and emotions, and verbs of mental states and activity. These verbs are not used in present continuous tense. Then the verbs showing possessions. These types of verbs are not used in present continuous tense. There are some other verbs also which we cannot use in present continuous tense. Now, why cannot we use these verbs in present continuous tense? Listen to me. These verbs usually denotes, it describes the states, our state, rather than action. And since there is no action performed, and that's why if there is no action, so we cannot start also, we cannot stop also, we cannot continue this also, because we can continue our action only. But is this action? No, these words are not action. The words are the state which are telling our mental states, our senses, our feelings, our emotions. No, so we cannot use these verbs in present continuous tense. But when can we use? We can use any of these verbs to describe an action which we can begin or stop at our own will. It means that whenever we are using these verbs, whatever words are written there, hear, see, smell, love, respect, know, think, suppose, these all verbs or words which are written here, if we are using it in present continuous tense, present progressive tense, so what should be the condition? That it should be describing the action. What type of action? The action which we can start also or we can stop also according to our own wish, according to our own will. For example, if I say, I think he is right, think is a mental state, my state of mind. It is a state of mind, it is not any action. I think he is right. But if I say, I am thinking hard, I have used here the same word think using continuous tense with the verb ing. I am thinking hard. So it is a controlled action. I am thinking hard means I just began to think and I can stop also. I can stop my thinking also, because it is in the form of action. So we can use these verbs in present continuous tense, but with these conditions, the conditions which I have given you. Okay, I hope it is clear, students. Now we will be continuing the video, the class of tense, because in my next class I will be explaining you about present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. Okay students, till then, take a good care of yourself. Goodbye.